Hello students, this lecture is on post-colonial literature as you may depict looking at the picture. We're going to start with one of the quotes by Chinua Achebe who says the white man is very clever. He came quietly with his religion. We were amused at his foolishness and allowed him to stay. Now he has won our brothers and our clan can no longer act like one. He has put a knife on the things that held us together and we have fallen apart. Now, if we go in little depth of this quote, we can easily understand that Chinua Achebe is actually talking about the intervention of white men in his land, and he says that this white man has entered into the land and he has changed the culture there. And he says that we were too fool and we were too silly to allow the white man to enter our territory and mingle with us, and this has actually become disastrous for our culture. We're going to discuss it further. Let's move on. What is post-colonialism? The term post-colonial customarily is used to apply to a recent phenomena that has now passed, which is why it is post, to a time that usually indicates British and French departure from Africa, India, the Caribbean, etc. During the last 100 years, of course. The term can be and is used in reference to the United States and other colonies as well, often to the annoyance of those who see these as colonizing nations in their own right. Well, if I try to explain this a little, I would say that this post colonial, and in this word post colonial, post refers to some state, some happening which is now over, and we are referring to past, and we are not talking about anything that is going on. And we may be referring to the departure of British Empire and French from such territories as Africa, India, and Caribbean. Why are we talking about them? Why are we focusing on them? What is post-colonial literature? Any classic text which highlights the condition of the colonized or the colonizers is categorized as post-colonial literature. Post-colonial literature also represents the after effects or consequences of the interaction between the colonized and the colonizers upon the literature, art, and human sciences of both the societies. Now, see, when we talk about colonialism, colonialism refers to the intervention of one colony or one territory by the other. Now, here there are two parties. One is the colonized, and the other is the colonizer. Now, I may give you an example of the British colonies which were exploiting the resources from 13 American colonies back in the time of French Revolution. So what was happening? What was happening during that time? In 18th century, there were people who were traveling from Spain, discovering different islands of America. America was not yet developed at that time. And after discovery of certain piece of island, they were exploiting whatever was there. They used to live there, they used to stay there in those lands and exploit all the resources which were present in those colonies. So who was the colonizer at that time? Spain, obviously. And who was the colonized? The colonized were those American colonies, 13 colonies that I have discussed in my previous lectures. Now, how can we understand post-colonial literature? Post-colonial literature is obviously the literature which discusses the colonized and the colonizers and the after effects of this colonization upon the culture of the people once the colonizers have left the land. For example, if you talk about the subcontinent before partition of India and Pakistan, you may see that English people came in the subcontinent. They made colonies, they colonized, they took the resources, they exploited, they changed the culture, and then they went back. Now, any literature or any piece of literature or art which is focusing on colonization, the after effects, the consequences, what happened, what not happened, what could have happened, these all themes are obviously part of post-colonial literature. Themes in post-colonial literature. Post-colonial literature attempts to describe the culture, lives, and social setup of both colonized and colonizers. It highlights the issues arose as a consequence of colonization. It explains the philosophy of otherness. Well, when we go in depth of any literature which is discussing a clan, a group of people coming from one land to the other for the sake of exploiting their resources or for the sake of, injecting their culture or anything, what do we observe? Obviously, we observe that there are people who are suffering, who are becoming the victim. But what happens is that there are different perspectives through which this phenomena can be evaluated. Not necessarily always the colonized are being the victims. For example, if you talk about one of the novel, Heart of Darkness, what is being shown in that novel is that the Africans were being colonized, but the Englishmen were equally suffering when they were colonizing, and they landed in that territory of Africa for getting, these elephant tusks and different resources, coals and gold and different things. Why? Because they were not used to of living in such situation. So this simple word colonizer, colonization, colonized can be evaluated through different perspectives. Now, once this book was completed by Joseph Conrad, there was an answer or a reply by Chinua Achebe, whose quotation I have picked up in the beginning, I have quoted in the beginning, that the people who have been colonized have been projected in a very demeaning manner by the writer. This is the point that Chinua Achebe picked. This phenomena is known as otherness, and this is also explained by Edward Said, who is one of the famous writer, and he has written about Orientalism, where he says that English people look at Islam, Islamization, and the culture of Arabs as something savage. And there this term arises otherness. Now we move on. Post-colonial literature discusses how the colonized lose their culture, and some literature like Heart of Darkness also throws light upon the problems faced by the colonizers. The literature attempts to explain the conflict of ideology between the colonized and the colonizers. Now, students, you may understand that we as a nation have an ideology, or any nation which exists on the map of the world own an own an ideology. If some people who are coming from other territory try to demean, try to underestimate, try to devalue that ideology, no matter they are exploiting the resources or not, but if in case they are attacking the ideology in any terms, it means that they are colonizing, right? And as I have already discussed in Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, not only the colonized people are sufferers, rather colonizers are also suffering because they are not used to of such culture. And when they settle in different colonies, they have to adopt all those things. For example, people from Spain who came to American colonies for exploitation or colonization, obviously they had to settle with the Red Indians there. And how difficult would it have been for them to settle for the sake of gaining whatever they intended? So this was a brief explanation as to what is discussed in post-colonial literature. We're going to, in our next lecture, we're going to look at one of the piece, and we're going to evaluate how the themes of post-colonial literature are present in different excerpts. Thank you.